Hello everybody, welcome to another Friday lockdown update video message to you guys. Don't these weeks roll around quick? 16 we've done of these now, and it's funny, it's like in theatre, time seems to pass faster, don't you agree? And just because we're in lockdown, it doesn't seem to make any difference. The weeks roll around just as fast as when we're producing plays and musicals and all sorts. So anyway, that's funny. You know, it got us thinking, when Sardines was forced to postpone its print production back near the beginning of lockdown, we kept receiving articles, snippets of news and all sorts. So we started these weekly newsletters to put some of those in, to keep sending you what you're up to keep you in the loop with what's going on here. Some of it has been great advice, like look at all the Zoom meetings that have really caught on. Everyone's on Zoom these days, which is fantastic. But you know what? It just got us thinking about people that are missing their society's activities, their beloved way of life, if you like, and some of the articles we've received have been full-blown articles about people's experiences in lockdown, and some of them are just sitting in drawers still, and we've had no medium to present them to you. So the trouble with printing a magazine like Sardines is, like a lot of publications, it's reliant on this whole remit of advertising and supporters. And some of the supporters are back up and running now, like the licensing companies. Some of them are producing proper licenses, some are producing online only licenses. If you want to do a Zoom performance of something, you can arrange a license for that now. But most people are still completely shut because there's no theatre going on at the moment. There's been no theatre for 4 months. Theatre is shut. Theatre's been in an interval, and until social distancing is completely eradicated, we don't believe it's going to change. We don't believe anything's going to start up again. So while we can't print an edition of Sardines until the end of the year, and hopefully it's going to be December's, fingers crossed it's going to be the December-January issue, 1st of December it'll be out, that'll be when we can print Sardines again. What we're going to do is publish our next issue, which is number 49, online only. And that should provide us with a stopgap from August. So we're going to produce it in August, mid to late August. It should fill the gap and gives you something to read, something to keep you occupied by, hopefully, until we can print again in December. Now that way, we'll not only be able to fill the gap, but it'll also coincide nicely with the launch of our brand new website. Now I know we've spoken about the website on a few occasions. Where's this great website you keep talking about? It's all about data transfer apparently. The current website we've got, or the old website if you like, has got so much data on it, so many shows, so many societies, all interlinked. People have now also registered on there so you can interlink with what shows you've been in with which society and all sorts, and there's reviews on there and auditions and all sorts, and bringing that data across so it's readable in a format that's usable on the new website has been what's produced all the headaches. But we're nearly there, I promise you we're nearly there. So next month we should be able to launch the new website, and it'll coincide lovely with this online only edition. Now when that happens, subscribers will automatically get a digital subscription to go with their print subscription, which means that you'll be able to read all the articles from the new magazine in a proper readable format online, or you can download a whole PDF of the original magazine and read it that way. It's completely up to you. It will be a proper magazine that's coming out, just it'll be online only. We're now offering a cheaper digital-only subscription as well. So if you want to take that option, you can. And that's available just from £7.50 for 6 months, which gives you 3 magazines worth of time. And you can have access to all of those articles, but not only those articles, every issue we've ever published from Sardines is at your disposal. So you can go into back issues, read articles from those, you can download every single PDF from every magazine we've ever produced if you want to. Or as I say, you can just read the stuff online. So £7.50 gets you 6 months worth of access £12 gets you a whole year, a whole 12 months worth of access, which is 6 issues worth of articles you can read online, which is going to be fantastic. So whichever one you pick, our next edition will be yours to download and or read at your leisure. Now, as mentioned, we're aiming to be up and running again in print for the December 20 to January 21 issue, and by then we sincerely hope that a vaccine has been developed, mass produced, distributed and presented to the public to get rid of this ridiculous virus that is causing so much chaos and is producing all these social distancing measures which are doing such a grand job of keeping our theatres closed at the moment. And you know what? Talk of a vaccine is not pie in the sky either. When you think of it, that as early as the 23rd of April, now we've been in lockdown for 4 months since the middle of March, so as early as the 23rd of April, human trials of a coronavirus vaccine in Europe began, run by a team from Oxford University. Then, by the 17th of May, £84 million of government funding was announced to help mass produce a vaccine, the vaccine being trialled by Oxford University. So while such vaccines are all very hush-hush while they're in development until they're ready to be produced, when a successful solution does finally emerge, you can bet that'll be a day for celebration. Originally, a vaccine was predicted to be ready for September. Fantastic, that's only 2 months away. So whether this year's pantomime season can be saved if and when something positive was to happen is another thing entirely, but one thing's for sure, without a vaccine, pantomime and even outdoor performances aren't going to be realistically viable if you're going to play to a fraction of your audience. I mean, to be honest, why would you even want to play a pantomime, let's say, to 20% of a filled auditorium? Can you imagine what the atmosphere is going to be like? Can you imagine what the box office figures are going to be like? You know, we did have to chuckle last week, only last week, when the government announced that outdoor performances are finally allowed to go ahead. This is part of their great 5-point roadmap. So with 2 days notice, they said that you can now produce an outdoor performance. Fantastic. So good luck with not only adhering to all the stringent social distancing requirements as you perform any kind of production, but also licensing something, rehearsing, producing and organising a complete production in 48 hours. Even if it's just a series of monologues, how is that? Even if you've got something ready in the pipeline, it's going to be really difficult to put on that quickly. I think by now one thing's for sure, this great arts rescue package of £1.57 billion announced last week by Culture Secretary Oliver Dowden and Chancellor Rishi Sunak is in reality barely going to scratch the surface, let alone reach the people who need it so desperately. And speaking of the roadmap, if you're wondering where the government's mysterious indoor pilot schemes, pilot productions are taking place to see if any social distancing with audiences and on stage actually works. It won't, by the way. All you need to do is look around for any theatre productions that are going ahead, either now or in the near future, that have been announced. While any theatre producer worth their salt won't even consider playing, and this goes for amateur theatre societies, companies, charities as well. We know because we've done the research. We've done loads and loads of surveys looking at what your opinions are, and you don't think anything's going to happen while social distancing is in place in general. So while any theatre producer worth their salt won't even consider playing to socially distanced audiences because it just won't pay, how strange that in the West End, The Mousetrap and new musical Sleepless at Troubadour Wembley Park Theatre have both announced that they're pushing ahead with the idea of social distancing with the audience in place, and they're going to go ahead. How weird. It's our guess that both of these shows have been selected to act as government guinea pigs in this pilot scheme. But we could be proved wrong. Perhaps the producers just like throwing their money away. Who knows? One production which won't be seeing any of the cash is this much publicised UK drive-in tour of Six, the musical. We learned that, I'm going to read this. Live Nation Entertainment this afternoon announced that their Live from the Drive-In concert series that was to feature Six will no longer proceed as planned. This is such a shame because according to the show's producers, it is also a sad day for our West End and UK tour queens who had already started rehearsals, and the entire team of up to 60 people who were all working so hard to deliver a spectacular show. It's a shame that the social distancing dilemma hasn't overcome that, because in essence drive-ins are a fantastic idea. Cars are a great receptacle, aren't they, to keep yourselves distanced, socially distanced from other people. And if you can fit enough of these cars in to any kind of destination space, then what a great way to produce a theatre show. Everyone was talking about drive-ins. Is it the future of theatre? And perhaps it could be, I don't know. Don't forget to subscribe to our online only edition next month in August. The link to do that is below this video, or if you've clicked through from the newsletter, there's a link on the newsletter as well, so you can't get away from it. It's there. If you can support us, we do need your support and we would love your support. But that's it for now this week. Thanks very much. If you like this video, please do press the subscribe button. The little bell next to it will make sure you are told every time a new video is posted. Leave any comments you've got under this video. We'd love to hear from you, or on our Facebook or Twitter pages. Again, we'd love to hear from you. Stay safe, stay well. We will be back. Who knows where? Perhaps we'll meet up at the drive-in, won't we? Speak to you soon. Bye for now.